What's up, guys? Lucas Kalen here from Get Big in the 973. I'm here with Robik, the formulator and one of the founders of Apollon Nutrition here in Edison, New Jersey, and we're catching up after the Arnold. Robik, how are you doing?
Good, good. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate this.
So it was definitely interesting. The entire interview at the Arnold got completely chopped because of the audio. So I appreciate with Robik taking the time to go through this again. But today we're just going to talk about Apollon Nutrition.
Well, at least we had a rehearsal now.
Yeah, now we have the rehearsal and all the good conversation that we lost. But it's cool because now we have some new stuff that's come out that we can kind of talk about a little bit and go through that. Let's just kind of start. What was the story behind founding Apollon Nutrition? How did it get started? Why is it such a premium hardcore brand like it is today?
Pretty simple. I mean, I've mentioned it a few times before, obviously, you know, that we just started Apollon Nutrition out of Apollon Gym just to cater to our members, and it just took off from that point, and that's it. So I think nothing, you know, special about the story, nothing groundbreaking. It's just something that I guess we had a product that people wanted, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, definitely. I think you bring premium hardcore to the market and not compromising on integrity of formulas, and especially doing proprietary blends and fun stuff like that.
Speaking of that.
But speaking of that and proprietary blends, we just had your new formula come out, which is a collaboration with a great individual that we see quite a bit on the channel, talking about Apollon Nutrition products, and that is Garage Gym Homie, and a collaboration as well with Nutra Cartel, correct?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that formula, how hard-hitting, how hardcore that is, because from my perspective, looking at Hooligan and Assassin, this is kind of insane compared to those. It's crazy.
You know what? It's actually got a lot of controversy, and a lot of people. Actually, I got accused of, you know, being a hypocrite, and you know that I'm against proprietary blends, and this is proprietary blend. But I think some people just missed on a joke. It's a joke that is real. You know, it's one of those jokes that is real. I still hate proprietary blends. I still can't stand them. I still think that they're ridiculous and should not have any place in supplement industry. So again, it sounds very ironic me saying it, and here we're releasing something that is a proprietary blend. But I think that, you know, the idea, I'm not even going to deny it, the idea came from Glaxon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, they released on April's Fools, they released a proprietary blend that was meant to be as a joke, but they actually released the product. It was a good pre-workout, and I thought it was very funny. You know, I think that people don't realize it's a joke that is real. You know, I mean, in a proprietary blend, you can put anything, any amount, and whether you want to make it cheap or you want to make it expensive, you want to make it good or you want to make it shitty, that's totally up to you. It just, in most cases, I would say 99% proprietary blend is shit, you know, where people are trying to mash something and to make sure that, you know, they're able to cut corners and get, you know, most margins, which is totally understandable from a business perspective. But when it comes to quality products, obviously it's shit.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what, since I am so much against proprietary blends, I've been vocal about it nonstop, why not do something that is a proprietary blend as a joke? But the dosages and everything that's in it, I mean, you've seen the formula actually, with what it actually looks like.
Definitely.
And it's fully loaded.
Yeah.
It's actually more loaded than Assassin. Essentially, you know what, it is an Assassin. It's just a turbo Assassin.
Yeah.
You know, where you have a little bit more of everything. But it's an Assassin product that kind of made into proprietary blend, and the name made sense, and it's a joke, and some people, I guess, don't have a very good sense of humor, and it's a very small batch, and I thought that the best collaboration when it comes to it would be Ari, Garage Gym Homie. I mean, I think he fits perfectly well. You know, he always said that, and I respect him for that, that he is not very knowledgeable when it comes to pre-workouts. He's not very knowledgeable when it comes to ingredients, but he knows when something hits and doesn't hit, and he's very, very honest about it. So I thought that that's a perfect collaboration. I like the guy. I like his background. I like where he comes from. And Nutra Cartel, Jake's been very, very supportive of everything Apollon. He's been helping us tremendously, you know, with Apollon's growth. So it just made sense. But again, people, it's a joke. Apollon Nutrition is not going to have proprietary blends in our arsenal. This is just a limited release. This is just a joke. If you don't believe in proprietary blends, please do not buy the products. I won't buy it because it's a proprietary blend. So just being transparent. But it's funny. It will still hit pretty hard.
It looks like it's going to hit pretty hard.
It's definitely a hard-hitting pre, but all it is just April's Fool's joke. That's all it is.
So I'll be honest, I kind of felt like it was an April Fool's joke when it came out, and I think that added great to it. And I think it's cool to kind of see a comparison of the market, because you have lower end companies that use those proprietary blends to hide low dosages, crappy ingredients. And you said, hey, listen, watch, here's a proprietary blend. We don't like them, but we're still loading it out, packing it completely, and it's going to hit you hard as hell. High dosages, solid ingredients, clinical dosages at that, and just show you a real proprietary blend would be.
You know, typically whenever I send some information to Stack, to Shane, I send him obviously the supplement facts, you know, the photo of the product. When I sent it to him, I actually sent him the actual dosages, and he said to me, you didn't even have to send it to me. He goes, I know this is hard hitting. He goes, over 3 grams of stems. He says, I know that this is strong. And again, it's just April's Fool's. It's just a joke. It's for fun. Yes, it's a real product, but it's something that will be probably gone within days.
I would imagine it's going to be gone fast.
Maybe by the time this video is released, you know, it's going to be gone. But, you know, I'm still sticking to what I believe in. No proprietary blends. This is not coming back. This is never going to happen. To those that are disappointed in me, I apologize. But again, take a joke and, you know, get a life. It's nothing serious.
Seriously, it's some crazy stuff, but definitely interesting. What were some key milestones or points within Apollon Nutrition's journey where you really knew that this was something different? Apollon Nutrition was one of the best in the supplement industry, and that you guys were successful and growing.
Well, the fact that we were successful came much later. Much later. I didn't even pay attention to in terms of success. I knew that we have something special when we were selling the product here at the gym, and all of a sudden people started stopping by from outside, you know, to pick up either protein or pre-workout. I was like, oh, hold on a second, how did you hear about us? You know, and the word started spreading. I was like, okay, maybe we have something here, you know, maybe something's going to happen. But then we kind of like, even though every year was better and better and better, I still think we kind of sort of cruised. You know, I don't think that we were making a huge impact. We kind of cruised little by little, because by the, I don't know, 2018 maybe, whenever I met Shane, I think 2018, 2019, and he didn't even know about Apollon's existence, and we were on the market already for about 3, maybe 4 years, and he had no clue that we even exist.
Wow.
And once you see yourself on Stacked, once you see yourself, you know, nominated for Brand of the Year, and once you kind of, okay, you know, we arrived. You know, once you see yourself, you know, not only different states, but different countries, you know, and obviously now that I went to the Arnold Classic UK, and when people want to take photos with me and people are wearing Apollon Nutrition t-shirts, you know, okay, you know what, we have arrived. And, you know, obviously, also, it's not only the positivity, you know, you and I talked before you started filming about the jealousy and hate and negativity. And we have that. We have a lot of hate. We have a lot of negativity. We have a lot of, you know, a little bullshit behind the scenes. And I think that you can't call yourself successful without it. If you don't have negativity, if you don't have the hate, if you don't have the jealousy, if you don't have somebody calling you out or saying something stupid about you, then you don't get under people's skin. And you only get under people's skin is when you're successful, when you're truly successful. So something that used to piss me off, something that I used to really fight, now I take more of a, you know, if it makes sense, like a compliment.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I was like, really? You talk shit about me? Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's the fire in your belly.
I think it's great. So milestone, I don't know about milestone, but little by little, I think we were kind of like climbing.
Yeah.
And I think we are where we are because of course, hard work, you know, the team that we have. But more than anything, it's the products.
Yeah. I would say the products have definitely
the products
made
are the biggest star. You can have a sponsored athlete, you can have an influencer, you can have shiny label, but at the end of the day, it's the product. You know, I just did a motorcycle course, and when somebody recognized me, you know, in a class,
oh, no kidding,
and said that using Apollon products, and started calling her mother or her friends or somebody, guess who I'm in a class with? I'm like, holy shit, you know, this is pretty cool. And, you know, I can't deny the fact that it does make you feel good.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, so that kind of leads into the next question is, what sets you guys different than everybody or every other brand on the market? And it's products. Time and time again, it is products. It's not, you are not built from an athlete. You are not built from a, we could say Apollon Gym's pretty, you know.
Yeah, Apollon Gym definitely played a huge role. I mean, it's definitely like a stepping stone to where we are today, yeah.
But I wouldn't say that that's the definition of the brand, which I think is great.
It's definitely the product. But again, I also think that while a lot of people are following a certain pattern and they follow certain script,
yeah,
I think everything that Apollon does is different.
Sure.
Number one, we have huge balls.
Yeah.
We have big balls because we're willing to do things that others are not willing to do.
Yeah, I would say that.
You know, I can call us leaders because I see a lot of people are trying to copy us, trying to be like us. They're not exactly leaders because they don't have the big balls that we do.
Sure.
To do what we do, but they're willing to follow. They want to follow. They want to follow in our footsteps, and that makes me feel good. I mean, look, our CEO is a former dancer.
Yeah.
You know, not from a marketing or from a business background, and she's doing a phenomenal job. I say it again and again, Carolina is the best in the game. There is nobody who comes close.
Seriously.
In this industry, nobody. Everybody wishes to have a CEO that we have. The product's obviously the stars of the whole company. I mean, we have a pretty good founder and formulator, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm waiting for a compliment
right here with
I'm waiting. Like, give me something. No, but seriously, I mean, from Jose, who is our sales director, to the whole team, athletes that are representing us, everybody is just cool, you know. I mean, yeah, here and there you have your bad apples, but I guess it comes with the territory within every company, so it's normal. But overall, I think it's the people, the products, and the willingness to do what others are not willing to do.
Exactly.
You know, to take the risk and to really invest. We're not trying to cut corners like many people do. I'm not saying everyone, because there are some solid companies out there. There are some solid brands.
Definitely.
But we rely on Apollon. We rely on what we do, and we kind of stick to our core, which is Apollon Nutrition, and we kind of don't deviate from the plan and from our course.
Definitely. I mean, you say you guys are a leader in the industry, and
I think we are.
I wouldn't deny that. I definitely say you guys are pioneers.
I think we do. I think we made some serious changes within the industry. And again, this is not backed by personal belief or opinion. It's a fact.
Sure.
And I can, you know, we can sit here for hours, and I can go on and on and on, illustrating examples of how we set the difference.
Yeah, definitely. So one thing I got to ask you is, we're talking about market trends and following people or being the leader. Do you see Apollon Nutrition following these new market trends, like a clear whey protein? Or we could even talk about switching this daily driver kind of pre-workout nonsense, because it switches right back and forth, but you never really see Apollon deviate too far from your path and your predetermined plan to be those leaders. So do you ever see yourself kind of following in the footsteps of other brands and creating products that fall aligned with market trends?
Well, that's a difficult one, but the answer is not going to be yes or no. The answer is going to be sort of.
Sure.
The reason is because we still have to, it's not about the market, it's about our customers.
Definitely.
It's about what our customers want, and we have to listen to them. We have to listen to the market, and we have to pay attention, and obviously it comes to play market research and you know, looking into trends. I would be lying if I said I don't pay attention. I pay attention to everything. I go on Stack on a daily basis. I look at what's going on, and it's very important, because if you are within an industry, so you better know what's going on.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
important. Or, for example, when we have certain distributors or we work with certain stores, you know, like, for example, take Bloodsport, right?
Sure.
Bloodsport is unflavored. It's fucking packed. That idea came from Patrick, from Aris Nutrition.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yeah. He was the one who gave me an idea that it would be it would be cool to add a product to a pre-workout that would enhance pump, and it would be unflavored. And here we are, and it's one of our most successful products.
Yeah, it's great.
Clear Protein, we just had a request from our distributor in Switzerland, where he said it would be cool to add something like that. So yes, we are looking into Clear Protein. There is nothing wrong with it. Not necessarily to compete with anyone, and not to, I don't know, revolutionize the market, but we're looking into possibly bringing it into our arsenal, you know, as part of our product. So yeah, we're paying attention to the market, but at the same time, it's very, very important for Apollon to stay Apollon. And I've seen a lot of times where brands come onto the market and they're doing phenomenal. All of a sudden, there's this huge fucking change where they kind of trying to reinvent the wheels, and I'm like, it makes no sense. You guys are already popular. You made a difference. Like, take for example, Ghost.
Yeah.
Ghost is doing phenomenal. I'm a huge fan of Ghost.
Sure.
Huge fans. But Ghost is being Ghost.
Yeah.
And I love that about them. They're not trying to be Apollon. They don't give a shit about Apollon, and they shouldn't.
Sure. Yeah.
Just like we admire them, but I'm not going to try to be Ghost because we're going to lose automatically.
Yeah,
you're going to lose our customers, and they're going to go with Ghost.
Exactly.
They're not going to go with us. Ghost is a huge company, multi-million, if not a billion-dollar company, and good for them. I admire that, and I have utmost respect for them.
Sure. Yeah. No. I mean, that's a huge point. I mean, we were going to talk a little bit about customer feedback and how that plays a role because, like you say, Apollon's not for everyone, and that's how it's made, how it's built. How it's grown is that it's meant for a certain niche of people, which I think is great. And I think innovation, obviously, within that niche plays that great role like we talked about. So now we've done the serious questions. We've talked a little bit about up and coming, what's here. We're going to do a little bit of a different kind of approach. And these are a little bit of funny questions that I came up with.
I'm thinking what I should pick or not. So I'm going to stay professional.
We'll keep them a little hidden for you.
I'm going to stay professional.
So if you could take one Apollon Nutrition with you to a deserted island, which one would it be? And why?
I have no choice. I gotta eat, so I guess protein. That's the only thing. I mean, it would be probably chocolate hazelnut.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. It's a great flavor. It's a great collaboration.
Chocolate
I love that one. Yeah, my answer would have definitely been a protein powder.
Protein.
Or, if we're throwing it back to the old days, like a protein powder with like caffeine, but we don't have that. That's not normal anymore. But definitely a protein powder.
Never say never.
So, no, you heard it here. Okay, so this one's super interesting. We kind of hinted on this a little bit, but if you could create one supplement, flavor, or product inspired by a movie or TV show, what would it be? What would it taste like? Now, you're a big movie fanatic, so I figured this is perfect.
Flavor is hard.
We could even say collaboration with a certain, I guess, movie or TV show.
If it would be an actual collaboration, like an actual collaboration with a movie or a TV show, I have absolutely no choice. I have to go with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Pretty much anything probably with him would be a huge accomplishment. I mean, we have so many products with the names from his movies.
Seriously.
So it would make sense probably to collaborate with him. That would be a dream collaboration.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Fair point. I mean, you are the movie kind of reviewer.
Van Damme.
I had to ask it. Last one. If you could invite any 3 movie characters to dinner, who would they be and why?
Rocky.
Oh, yeah? Right off the bat.
Rocky.
No way. Okay. Rocky, I would say, is a solid choice. I think that's a great pick.
Yeah, Rocky, because the thing is that, number one, I think it's one of the most beloved characters of everyone.
I would say all time.
I mean, the movie is, I think, 76, so it's almost 50 years. I mean, 48 years old?
Yeah, and it's still talked about today.
And it's still, I mean, that's one of those movies, because you have the new generation and the old generation, and, we all have our favorite based on our times, and Rocky seems to be, even though Creed came out and Creed is more like a new generation.
Yeah,
but even the new generation, they still prefer Rocky.
I prefer Rocky.
Everybody prefers Rocky, and I think that the ultimate loser becoming a winner, a hero, somebody who has achieved so much through hard work and a huge heart, that never give up, never die spirit. I think it motivates us because that can translate not into sports, but it can translate into business, into life, into everything. So a lot of people are looking at Rocky as an action figure, like a boxer or
sure.
He is a boxer.
Yeah.
Somebody who is a sports hero, but he's so much more.
Yeah.
I think that the biggest catastrophe in movie industry, a one-off, is the fact that Sylvester Stallone never got an Oscar for that character.
It's interesting,
because that's, I think, an ultimate hero. I mean, that's everybody's dream is to achieve what Rocky has achieved.
Yeah.
Rocky is not a movie. Rocky is a national hero. It's a fictional character that literally feels like Rocky is your best friend.
Yeah. I mean, that's deep. But it's the truth, though. It's a great perspective.
I don't think there is no other character that anyone would not identify with the way everyone could identify with Rocky. That is something that, we all aspire to be. I mean, at the end of the day, when we're trying to succeed in life, we're trying to be Rocky. We're trying to be that success story. And not only Rocky, but Sylvester Stallone himself.
Yeah, sure.
His story is pretty much very parallel to the Rocky story, how he achieved and what he achieved in life. So I think that, it's no-brainer. It definitely would be Rocky.
That's a damn good answer. That was well orchestrated. We did not look at that before.
We did not.
That was damn good. That was exactly what I wanted to hear, and I think what everybody else wanted to hear. It's truth. I mean, that is the truth. It's you're that underdog, and with all that hard work and, like you said, that determination.
I think Apollon is an underdog.
Oh, we could
Apollon
easily
is an
relate
underdog.
that right there.
And, Apollon Jim is an underdog. I'm an underdog, and I'm very, very proud of it. I think that I never believed that you could achieve anything in life that you set your mind to, because I think that it can be a little bit misleading, and, your dreams might crash. And, I always say the same example. When people say, well, you can achieve anything in life that you set your mind to. It's not true, because if you're 5'8", you will never be a Michael Jordan.
Sure.
Doesn't matter how good you play basketball, and doesn't matter how much you want it. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's not a dream that will become a reality. But you only can know the true answer of whether you succeed in life or not is by giving your absolute best.
Yeah.
And that is something that we have to do. It's very easy to daydream, but a lot harder to go out there and try to do something. And when I look at all these products here, just to think about it, that 8-9 years ago, there was 3 of them. And today, this is few times brand of the year. And at the same time, a well-recognized brand all over the world. And despite all the hardships, despite all the challenges and the hatred and backstabbing and whatnot, we are where we are today. And you and I are talking about Apollon success.
Seriously.
So it is possible. You just have to give it your absolute best, and that's it. And I think that that's the reason behind Apollon success.
Wow. That took a turn, and that is truthful. It's the truth, and it's really cool to sit here and look at that. And I guess with that, I guess we'll kind of head out, but I appreciate your time again. This is absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.